Now in the three-point shootout competition, mauuna si Chris Banchero. Just looking at the racks here, he placed the money ball rack dito sa ating left wing. First rack all the way, missed the money ball on that one. Banchero is a jump shooter, makikita mo Magu.
That is costly pagdating sa oras. Of course, just a minute to complete all 5 racks. Chris Banchero is off to a rough start here. Unofficially, he's still just at 5 points.
So here's his favorite spot. Lahat ng money ball andun.
That's the Jimmy spot.
But only made 1. So again, yung mga money ball natin, 2 points each yan. Banchero doesn't look like he will crack double digits. Leads the first round, just finishing with 9. Well, Banchero actually coming in as a replacement, I think, to Dondo Tiveros. Tumaas na yung kumpiyansa mo, malaki yung pag-asa na tataas din yung accuracy. JC Intal, usually when you say JC Intal, you mention him in the slam dunk competition. This time, JC wants to try something different.
JC, this season has definitely upped his game. Mas gusto niya maging all-around, ano? Kaya pati itong 3-point shooting niya, he's been working on it. He's already got 5 points on the board, unofficially, of course.
This one is a decent rack for JC. Unfortunately, could not convert the money ball.
Pero tandaan natin, yung money rack ni JC will be at that left baseline.
That's the shortest, actually, in corners.
He's got all kinds of time at this point. Every ball dito sa rack na to is worth 2 points.
Last shot for JC, and knocks it down.
And he knew he had the time. Took a little deep breath before releasing that last one, and he ends up with 3 points.
So far, a good showing para dito kay JC Intal. Was here yesterday practicing his shot with LA Tenorio.
That is
JC,
a
like you
solid
mentioned,
run.
like you mentioned, Magu has been improving his shot year after year, and now that he's getting the playing time, he's injury-free. Para dito sa Barakable Energy has definitely showcased that he can hit the long bomb.
And now from
JC is
Blackwater,
looking
Brian Heruela.
at the video shot by a friend. Brian Heruela now on the floor in the first round. You know, covering him dito sa PBA D-League, si Brian Heruela played a couple seasons for Big Chill. He was never known as an outside shooter, pero pagtungtong niya ng PBA, obviously hindi na niya mabubuling ibang mga gwardiya dito sa PBA like he did in the PBA D-League. So he's had to improve his outside shot.
He's getting into a groove right now.
As you look at him, jumps
Hindi
just
lang niya na-carry
forward.
over into that next rack. But his money rack is coming up.
May ganun talaga shooters Maguy na mas accurate sila from the wings or from the corner, pero nahihirapan sila from straight away. This is his money ball rack.
And importante, you see him take a step back that split second to try and realign yung kanyang pulso. But only took 1 of those money balls.
Has to hurry. Last second there. Tried to get both of them to go.
Score for Brian Heruela, 10 points.
Just 10 points for the Blackwater Elite point guard. So far, Banchero just 9. Heruela with only 10. And JC Intal ahead of the pack with 18. Brian had that good rack at the right wing. Kaso, nangasim yung kanyang shooting from the top of the key. And had no time left sa kanyang huling rack.
Yung second rack, ano yung best rack para dito kay Heruela. Here's LA Tenorio. He's been telling us all week long na seryosong-seryoso siya sa 3-point shootout na to. Let's see if it pays off. As his clock is now moving.
And again, LA is one of those set shot type shooters. Even in a game, doesn't have to leap at as high as other shooters.
It's off to a rough start though. Pumasok yung unang dalawa para kay LA pero biglang nawala yung kanyang pulso. See if he can get it back from that next rack.
He has to be flawless here. Still has a chance if he goes perfect from this rack.
He's in trouble at this point.
And finishes with 13 points at the end of the first round.
The score for LA Tuono is 13 points.
Yan ang delikadong pag-finish around that 13-point mark. Madaling maabot with the quality ng mga natitira pang shooters natin.
Hindi pa tumitira ito si Chris Chu, si KG Canaleta. Of course, James Yap and Jimmy Alapag. So leading the pack, JC Tal is actually a jump shooter. Thereby debunking yung theory ko na pag-set shot, mas accurate ka in this one. Well, this guy, talk about shooting. Terence Romeo, like what we've mentioned before during coverage, every practice takes 800 shots. 400 from mid-range, Magu, and then 400 from 3. 400 made. Not attempts, but made shots.
Tignan natin kung magamit niya yung tinik ng kanyang shooting in this competition. Terence, one of those guys who has not seen a shot he did not like. Solid ang umpisa dito. Just missed out on that money ball.
The first time we've seen this, ang nagsimula siya from the left side.
Look at this performance though. That's up to 9 already.
He's not expending a lot of energy. He's not, using his legs as much. Yung sakto lang na talon, saktong release. He has 11 points so far. Make that 12. And counting. Still going on. And
He's
Terence
at least
Romeo.
top 2 at this point. Of course, leader pa rin natin, JC Intal with 18.
Ito yung kanyang money ball rack. Has time to set this one up and knocks it down. Tying JC Intal with 18 points at the end of the first round.
Terence Romeo, 18 points.
Got into a good rhythm early. It was a Terence Romeo and then finishing strong.
Solid yung naging performance dito ni Terence Romeo. Binanggit mo he adjusted his shot. Hindi na lumuluntag masyado with that 3-point shot dahil yun nga ang kailangan mong adjustment for this competition.
Lalo na yung fatigue factor, especially kung papasok ko sa susunod na round. Pero minsan kahit anong analysis natin, Magu, kahit anong pagtingin natin doon sa shooting form ng mga shooters, yung iba talaga hindi mo maipaliwanag kahit hindi mo maintindihan yung form. As long as it goes in, you don't mess with it.
Yan yung pagkakaiba. LA Revilla really maximizing his jumper.
Gets the money ball in the first rack. LA also, compared to the other shooters, nagsisimula sa hip.
LA's got a lot of catching up to do.
I'm sure yung mga biktima ng Kia Carnival are having nightmares when they see ito si LA Revilla's shots going in. Definitely, LA Revilla really rounds out to be a good in-game shooter. He's going to give any team a lot of problems. But he's been having problems as he approaches the money ball rack.
He's gotta hurry. Inabot.
At least nalamangan niya yung score ni Chris Machero na 9. 10 puntos na itala. Ito si LA Revilla from the Kia Carnival.
So far, hinahanap nga natin ang top 3 for this competition.
Scores for Chris Machado.
So far, it is Intal and Romeo up top with 18 apiece, and Tenorio is right there with 13.
You know, I remember ito si KJ Canaleta really catching fire in the game. I think he was still with Air 21 that time. Kalaban nila Meralco Bolt, shootout sila. Ito si Gary David and KG. You know, with his height, with his skill set, is definitely a mismatch with his outside shooting. And this is one accolade na talagang I'm sure ito si KG wants to add to his growing collection of trophies during All-Star Weekend. Here we go.
Rough start para dito kay Nino.
The thing with KG, Magu, is that hindi nagbabago yung forma niyang kanyang tira. And you know, if you're a coach, as I've spoken to some coaches as he goes to his money ball rack, they like it when the players, you know, when they take that jump shot, they land in the same spot. Kasi minsan pag pasugod kita malon, yung forward momentum, you know, gets your shot off a little bit.
Canaleta starting to make up for his early misses. Tabla na sila ni Tenorio for third place. Just needs one to move into the top three as of the moment.
Sets this one up, money ball on the way!
That will
Score for
effectively
KG
knock out
Canaleta, 15
L.A.
points.
Tenorio, L.A. Revilla, Brian Heruela, and Chris Manchero.
Fans
Yun naman,
coming alive.
iyawan na kagad dito sa loob ng ating Coliseum. Bakit naman hindi? Coming up is gonna be big game James Yap.
Ito si Canaleta catching fire at the right and the left wings, his best racks. Unfortunately, there's a money ball rack from the top of the key. Let's see if big game James can qualify for the next round.
High arcing ang bitaw nito ni James. That
We've
could
all
work
heard-
against him in the later racks.
And we've all heard stories, Magudo, sa laki ng kamay ni James Yap. So minsan kahit onting pitik, that's good enough for James.
James starting to sizzle. Top of the key right there. He's in double digits. Ito na yung money rack niya.
James Yap, 16, 18.
4 of 5 from that money rack. James shooting for the lead.
Just needs to make one. And he runs out of time.
But still good enough for 18 points, tying him for the lead right now with Romeo and Intan.
Ang ano lang minsan dito kay James Yap, yung problema lang minsan with the shooting form in this type of competition is that he takes time para pumasa, para kumasinta.
Dito, nakakuha ni James yung kanyang rhythm. And as he moved to the fourth rack, yun po yung tigdo 2 puntos kada bola. So we call it the money rack. He got 4 of 5 from this rack. Matik agad yun, 8 puntos from that rack. That gives him 18
And
in
now
total.
from the Raiders Shine Alaska Painters, Chris Tew.
Just arrived this morning.
Yep. Ang binabalita nga niya sa ating good news is at least no surgery required para sa kanya. He just has to let it heal naturally.
Ganun dyan the rust of not being able to compete for a short period of time. Will that affect Chris Tew? Pero pag shooter ka anywhere on the planet, anywhere in the country. Unfortunately, just 5 after 2 racks. Money ball on the way. He's got 2. Just 2 from the money ball rack. It's 9 points, but a lot of time to catch up.
Dahil pinabanggit mo nga, no? Baka may konting kalawang si Chris Tew. Dahil he's been sidelined because of that nose injury. Reviews the ball.
Now he has has 14 points at the end of the first round.
Score for Chris Chu, 14 points.
So far,
Isa
yung
kang
ating,
Macapagal, Alapag, and Santos coming up.
as we take a look at Chris Stu.
So far, it is the three guys who have put up 18 points who are in line to move into the final round. Of course, talking about Intal, Romeo, and Yap.
Nakakatakot pa dun kay James Sepp. Hindi
And
pa niya
now,
natapos
ladies and gentlemen, from the
yung huling
San
grab.
Miguel Beerman, Arwin
Had a
Santos.
chancing strategy, ano, para dito kay Arwin. And everybody else looking at how he's gonna shoot this.
Kaya kita mo hindi na niya kailangan pumiit. So baka hindi na na-distort yung kanyang line of sight.
Ginagawa ni Arwin, pre-throw, no? No bent ng liso, all wrist. Para dito kay Arwin Santos.
But I don't think the strategy is paying off for Arvin Santos. Still, just a point dito sa ating competition. And still just 2 points here.
Obviously backfired on Arvin Santos right now yung kanyang inisip na ibang gawin.
Charge experience na para dito kay Arvin Santos.
At least pag 3-point shot, nagbe-bend pala ng konti yung tuhod ni Arvin. Pag free throw kasi hindi gumagalaw tuhod eh.
One of the few who rely on arm strength. As Arvin, measly 6 points. Kahit siya mismo, natawa na nandun sa strategy
Pati si
niya.
Coach Leo eh. Nagulat eh kung anong klaseng stretch.
So si Chris Chu kanina, inaalala natin yung rust because of being sidelined. Well, Jimmy has been retired now. But hey,
I think you just answered your question with that first shot.
that's what shooters do. Fortunately, just 2 from the first rack. Here's his money ball rack.
No? Iba pa rin yung kahit nag-shooting ka, iba yung game shape pa rin. Dahil kailangan mo yung speed na yan, ano?
Maliban doon sa pagtira, na hindi lang napapagod yung braso mo. Of course, your legs. You, baka maubusan ka pa ng hininga minsan dahil sa pagod. Jimmy just 9. Now on his
Catch
fourth
fire at this point. That's the Jimmy spot, that left wing.
9 seconds left. Still has a full rack to go.
We got a shot at taking the lead here. Ran out of time and he ends up with 15.
He's actually huffing and puffing after the last rack.
So we are down to our final shooter as Coach Ryan Gregorio and Coach Al Francis Chua look on. Mark Macapagal na lang ang natitira dito to try and break that 18-point triple tie at the top.
So take a look at the money ball rack dito si Jimmy Alapag. Actually,
Total score for
second to
Jimmy
the last rack
Alapag,
na the Jimmy
13
spot.
points.
That's where he actually made most of his shots. Could have placed the money ball rack there. What's done is done para dito kay Jimmy Alapag.
And now the defending champion from the Manalco Bulls, Mark Macapagal.
Looking for his 5th championship. As you
Triple tie po tayo sa 18. So if he ends up with 17 or less, alam na this yung magiging finalist. Look at the voice of Mark Macapagal. That's what it takes to win this competition.
the informant to see Mark is really textbook. You know, squares up. Ball just beside the head or a little above the head.
No panic para dito kay Mark, even if minamalas yung mga unang rack. Here comes all the money balls in this rack.
Shots are a little strong here. This is the first and the fourth. Makes the last one. Still has a chance.
Gotta come out clean with this one.
That's 16.
Oh, naubusan ng oras si Mark Macapagal, and that will do it. The three guys who scored 18 will be moving into the final round.
Well, all good things must come to an end para dito kay Mark Macapagal.
We are down to the last three shooters, and all three of them, 18 points ang naitala doon sa elimination round.
JC Intal.
So JC Intal is up first para dito sa Baraka Bull Energy Cola. Ako, mukhang nanlamig si JC. Nag-re-adjust naman kagad at si Intal. That's a rough start though.
Just looking for his balance. And gets a money ball to go. It's the first to set the bar at 18 points.
Yeah, that 3 consecutive shot cluster earlier on, pero hindi na siya maka-streak ulit dito. His money rack is all the way at the end, and he's got all kinds of time to get there. Ito na, winning time na para dito kay JC. He's taking his time with this one.
And he will finish with just 11 points.
The score for JC Intal, 11 points. Terrence Romeo.
Terrence adjusting the position of the balls. Nakita mo, in-arrange na yung mga bola in such a way na pag ginrip niya, hawak na agad yung seams, Magu.
At doon din niya sa dulo nilagay yung money rack, ano, para pag nakuha na niya rhythm niya all the way to the end. As long as he makes sure he has enough time.
Kung si Arwin, horizontal, ito medyo diagonal. So kanya-kanyang player, kanya-kanyang style kung set up ng mga racks. It's going to be a huge test for Terrence Romeo here. Like you mentioned, Magu has never seen a shot he doesn't like.
Those two makes get him going.
Five on the way for Terrence Romeo.
May fatigue factor na kasi pagdating ng final round. Ano? Everybody's already went through this earlier on.
There's fatigue, there's pressure. Minsan, pag medyo nakalimutan mo na kung paano yung position ng ring. Bata kami tawag kapag kabisado mo kung nasaan, kahit nakapikit ka, tumitira ka. But here we go, Terrence breaking.
Getting into a rhythm.
Has 14 points and a full rack to go.
He has already taken the lead, but he wants more to put more pressure on James.
Last one, couldn't put it away.
That's a 16-point total para dito kay Terrence Romeo.
18 points.
And is this year the year that James Yap will finally bag a 3-point championship or a 3-point shootout title? Wants to make sure all of his racks are in their proper set. Rough start para dito kay Romeo. He caught fire by the 4th rack.
Nakita natin doon sa middle rack, actually made, I think, 3 shots, and then towards the last few racks, that's when he was able to beat the 11 points by JC Intal and then take the lead. That's just that last shot. Sinubukan pang
And
ibanda.
now from the Pure Food Star Hot Shots, James Young.
And it's all up to big game James. Will he be the king of the 3-point shootout competition? Here we go.
Go baby daw! Sabi ng James Yap's fans in attendance.
Ay, chillax yung forma ni James Yap. Able to knock that one down.
16 rather, is the score to beat.
And here we go. Would be settling into a rhythm. And straight away. James Yap.
Just needs a couple, isa lang neto to tie, or a couple of them to tie.
Kaso nagmimint na siya sa money ball rack. Has missed 3. Has made 1. Only made 1 from the money ball rack. Here's James Yap, final rack. 3 seconds. Has to find the last one.
Naubusan na naman ng oras si James Yap, and Terrence Romeo is your 2015 PBA 3-point king.
And Terrence Romeo, like what we mentioned, a former FEU Tamaral, the newest and youngest scoring sensation in the PBA, showing everyone what he does best, and that's score the basketball.
From Global Port Bottom here, Terrence Romeo.
Terence Romeo, get buckets, young man. You are the deadliest shooter in the PBA today.